Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. And let us welcome our first guest to the show this morning. That, of course, is you, Naisan Lin. We're going to be talking about a worrying situation. Not that the situation of the Rohingya is any less of a concern to us on a daily basis, but from time to time, the situation does become it gets totally out of control. And in this situation, this time around, we're going to be talking about artillery shells that struck a general hospital in one of the townships and how it's impacted on the people, the Rohingya people. So we're going to ask you to give us a brief overview and a bit of context to the story so people don't forget the plight of the Rohingya people. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Okay, the plight of the Rohingya people is ongoing. It has been around for a long, long time. You and I have spoken on many, many occasions about the situation, and we've spoken with other activists as well. Has the recognition of the plight of the Rohingya people been recognized by the UN and other players in the Western world? And do you believe that things have changed, perhaps for the better, for the Rohingya people?
Well, we have the three cases at the International Court, like International Court of Justice, International Criminal Court, and also the Federal Court of the Argentina. And also the Western government has have shown their concern, and like the US accepted the crime against Rohingya as a genocide and the crime against humanity. It has been more than 2 years now. They have determined this definition, and also all the other country, they have been very supportive of the Rohingya cause. Some of them joined with the case at the International Court of Justice, but still there is no solution yet. The people are suffering. So in shortly, the genocide is still ongoing, despite the order from the provisional measure order from the International Court of Justice as protect the people. There's the actor in the region, the stake actor, the non-stake actor. They are not complying with the order. That is the biggest problem. So as of now, 10,000 of Rohingya inside the Rakhine state or Arakan have been displaced amid fighting between the Myanmar military and the Arakan army. The Arakan army is predominantly the Buddhist insurgents group, but they have been claiming that they are working for the for the interest of all the people living across the Arakan. But in reality, uh, they are not complying with the ICJ order, and also they are not protecting the people. In as of now, they have committed some crime against the Rohingya, which are not forgivable, and we are looking for they should be held accountable. And the problem is there is no any law and order in the region, so they are fighting with the military regime, and they are ordering the Rohingya to move from the villages. And while the Rohingya are taking the shelter at some places, like this happened 3 days ago in the hospital. The hospital in the region have been shut down for several weeks. The people are really suffering. They are not getting any medical attention. So in the hospital compound, the people are taking shelter. So the Arakan army launched this artillery shell from the a bit distant, and that hit the hospital, and at least 3 people killed and dozen injured. So this is only one simple example. They are committing the crime against the Rohingya, but there are many others. They just a few weeks ago they abducted the 5 Rohingya people, and 5 days later the villager found their dead body. So this is happening everywhere. On the other hand, they are also publishing the photo video that showing that they are helping the Rohingya, this as a PR campaign. So the Rohingya also have no choice, because most of the territory they are controlling. They are just trying to gain that the control of the downtown in two major township where the most of the Rohingya live. So we are in the situation that sandwich between the Myanmar military and the Arakan army, and these people have the high risks of the similar situation like the 2017. Certainly there is no one to protect them, only the order from the court, but there are no any law enforcement. Just go and protect these people to prevent from the further atrocity against them.
Okay, we're going for an ad break now, but when we come back, I'd like you to explain to us the difference between the Arakan army and the Myanmar military. I thought it was one in the same body, but if not, just explain that difference to us. And let's also understand, the history of why is it that the Rohingya people find themselves in this situation. It is exactly 8:15 news and views on Salam Media. Let's go for our first ad break. And when we come back, we'll continue our discussion with Nason Lin. He's based in Frankfurt in Germany, and he is the co-founder of Free Rohingya Coalition.
For all your sadaqah, akika and qurbani requirements. We offer clean, hygienic abattoir-style and refrigeration facilities. Sheep, goats and cows are available at competitive market-related prices, direct to the public. We slaughter, slice and distribute on your behalf. But that's not all. Introducing Meatmasters Halal Butchery, our sister company situated on our farm in Lenasia. Unbeatable prices on lamb, beef and chicken. Lenasia Livestock and Poultry. Livestock is our business. We are Sanha approved. Telephone 011 857 1774. Call now.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042 203 1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
After the recent attacks on Gaza, many families have been displaced with their homes left destroyed. Through your donations, our teams are on the ground in Gaza, providing support and delivering necessary aid to families affected. The people of Gaza need your help. Give hope. Donate today to Penny Appeal South Africa. www.pennyappeal.org.za 031 1100 573.
We are here on the ground with many appeal organizations in Gaza.
You know, it's a wonder how kids get anything done these days. With all the distractions, when do they even get time to study? As a mother, all I can really do is make sure they have all they need to perform at their best. That's why I choose to include Sunfoil triple refined pure sunflower oil with every meal I make. Naturally cholesterol-free and approved by the Heart and Stroke Foundation as part of a balanced eating plan. So whether I'm cooking, frying or baking, I know every dish will be a wholesome one. Sunfoil, now we're cooking.
Valley's Motor Spares. We supply motor spares and accessories for all makes and models of motor cars, LDVs, buckies, trucks, and earth-moving equipment. We deliver on time, every time. Please contact us via WhatsApp on 014-592-0925 or call 014-592-0925 or visit 28 Zenderling Street, Rustenburg. Remember the name, Valley's Motor Spares.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. We cross over to Frankfurt in Germany and we are talking with Naisan Lin. He is the co-founder of Free Rohingya Coalition in Germany. Back to you, dear brother Naisan. And would you like to respond to my two questions before the ad break? The difference between the Arakan army and the Myanmar military. And of course, that also talks directly to the shelling of this hospital where a couple of people were killed a few days ago. And that was in a village that is being inhabited by the Rohingya people.
Well, the Myanmar military is the state armed force. They are the strongest institution in the country. Since this country, after the independence of Burma in 1948, there are a lot of, the group of representing the different ethnic group. They have been rebelling. They have been resisting all kind of persecution from this Myanmar military, and also the exploiting the natural resources in their area. So the Arakan army is representing the Rakhine people. The Rakhine are the Buddhists, and they are the majority in the Rakhine state, or the Arakan, where the Rohingya are second majority. So if you look at the history of this Arakan was the independent kingdom until the 1799, and then 1784. Then that the Burmese came into the country, and it became the part of Burma, now known as Myanmar. So the Rakhine always feel that they are the under colonial of the Myanmar, since the central government and the military are exploiting the natural resources, and always persecuting all the ethnic minority across the country. They are they think resisting them, and also they trying to gain the greater autonomy or even the independence country would be the good for their people. So they have been fighting against the military for decades. And there were, before this Arakan army, there were also the different army representing the Rakhine people. But now, as of now, the Arakan army is the strongest group in the region, and also across the country. If you see, they are the one of the strongest. So they are fighting. So amid their fighting, we are sandwiched, between Myanmar military and the Arakan army.
Is the Arakan army perhaps biased towards the Rohingya cause? Do the Rohingya people feel a little protected under them? Or as far as they're concerned, whether it's the military or the AA, they still find their situation doesn't change?
Well, there are the hatred between the two community, that those were created by the Burmese regime, because if we always fight each other, they can relax, because the Rakhine have been dreaming for the greater autonomy or the independent country for a long time. So if the Rohingya and the Rakhine are united, that would be a possible that the region can liberate quickly. But as of now, since there is no unity between these two groups, the Rakhine are trying their best to gain the control of all the territory. Now, most of the territory are controlling by them. But still, the problem is, since we have the hatred between two communities, they hate us, and also some of our community member, they hate them because they were persecuted by the Rakhine people as well. All the operation against by the military regime, the Rakhine always cheer with them and always join with them. So they are also same like the perpetrator, but still we try we didn't go to that, and we always try to reconcile with them. But since their power is growing, and they became more arrogant, and recently they started calling us the Bengali, and threatening us. So it is same like the military region now. Before that, we have only the one perpetrator, the military, but as of now, we are facing atrocity from the two perpetrator. Second one is the Arakan army.
Let's look at the situation. If memory serves me correctly, a couple of months ago, there were elections held in Myanmar. And I think a lot of people, perhaps the Western world too, thought that with San Suu Kyi also standing for elections, there might be some sort of reprieve as far as the Rohingya people are concerned. That actually didn't happen. She didn't seem to be supporting the plight of the Rohingya people. How does that situation now? What's her position? What is her stance? And how does that impact on the Rohingya people?
Well, we don't know what her stand now. She has been imprisoned since the military coup, and the military sentenced her, I think, at least 33 years, and as of now, I think they reduced 6 year, and now she's serving 27 year in prison. So we don't know what our opinion now, whether she still stick with our the previous opinion or change anything. But her people, those after the coup, they form national unity government, which is like the exile or the parallel or shadow, whatever you name it. But still, they have the large public support, and they have the mandate as well, because they were elected in 2020 election. So during the ousted NLD government, they call us, the sometime Bengali, sometime Muslim. They don't really stick to our identity. They didn't agree to call us Rohingya as well. But as of now, this group, at least, they are calling us Rohingya. But it doesn't mean the Rohingya are recognized as the official ethnic group. For us, the most important is to recognize the Rohingya as the official ethnic group. Then most of the problem will be solved, because they always look us as immigrant. Sometimes they say these people deserve the citizenship, but citizenship alone is not enough. In Myanmar, without this ethnic status, you are like the immigrant. So basically, they have changed their policy, but still there are a lot of things need to be worked on. And we have built the solidarity, but since there are the fighting between these two groups in Rakhine State, and the Arkan armies started calling us Bengali and abusing us. I'm afraid their opinion also will change, because whenever there are any anything suffered by the Rohingya, we don't have much much people who stand with us in the country. They always take those included in the ethnic group list. So I'm really worried for that. Again, we will become the friendless inside the country.
San Suu was released a while ago. Was she then imprisoned post or pre the elections? Were there concerns that her followers might grow exponentially and become a threat to the ruling party? Is that the reason why she was thrown back into prison? And as you've indicated, you're not sure what her stance is regarding the Rohingya people. Do you think that the ruling party might have felt that she is very pro-Rohingya, and that might have been one of the reasons why she was re-imprisoned?
Well, this is not about the Rohingya case. This is all about their political struggle. There are the military-backed proxy party. They lose in the election. Her party got the landslide victory. That is the reason, the military coup the power, and then they all were put in the prison. So even if they release her, and she doesn't have the popularity like before, especially the younger people. They realize how these politicians play and destroy the country. So especially the younger people, they don't want, this race and the skin color and the religious. They just want to see the human as a human. So I think that the next generation who are going to lead the country are really progressive, and those old idea will be thrown. And if she is released in near future, I think she will have to change her stand on Rohingya, because most of her member, they are not standing with the Rohingya, except that the identity, but still, as I mentioned earlier, it need to work on. So there will be some change, but we have to wait and see, how she mobilized the people, or how the people influence her. The country is already gone. There are the fighting across the country. More than 50% of the territory are controlling by those reveling the military region. So it's not really easy, but still, we will see. There are also the people are expecting, some region they will go for the independence, but still we have to wait and see. It's still too early. The problem is, they have no support from the international community, like the Ukraine. In Ukraine, there they got a lot of support, but compared to them, they have no support at all. If they get some support from the international community, definitely they would. They would gain more territory control, and they could take down this the military regime.
Finally, my final question to you this morning. Some time ago, in fact, I think the last time you and I were in discussion right here on Salam Media, there were concerns around the Rohingya children that were not allowed to go to school. Schooling was supposedly banned for the Rohingya children. Has that situation changed? Are they being schooled in private by their parents and other well wishers?
This is about the university. After they pass the matriculation exam, they have no right to go to the university. But it has been changed a little bit. This has been since 2012, but in 2022, the military regime allowed almost 200 Rohingya to join the universities, not in Rangoon, the former capital, the commercial capital of Myanmar, but in Sittwe, the state capital. But there's, at least they are studying. So but this year, I don't know, since there are the conflict and the people cannot travel, the traveling also the ban for all the people. But for the normally the Rohingya has the travel restriction everywhere, even one village to another. So I think if the the situation is stable, maybe there will be some change. Some student can go to the university, but I'm still not sure, since the territory are going to be, this state capital is also going to be controlled by the Arakan army in near future. I don't know how they will decide, how they will rebuild the state, and or that the economy is collapsing. So we have to wait and see.
Okay, I did say it was my final question, but let's just wrap up with a story regarding the hospital and the 3 patients that were killed. Is there a threat
They are not
that
the
the
patient,
hospital,
by the way. They are the people taking refuge inside the
taking
complex.
refuge,
Yeah.
is there a threat that is going to be ongoing shelling for the refugees at that hospital? Or do you believe since this has happened, maybe they will leave the people alone and not continue shelling them?
Well, I'm not sure, because they are trying to control the downtown. The hospital is in the downtown, and also there are in the downtown area there are many Rohingya residential area, and there were some Rakhine Buddhist residential area as well, but those were those fled from the downtown. So in the downtown area, basically only the Rohingya live. So they will not really care, whether it will hit to the Rohingya or not. But they will keep try to gain the control of the downtown. So there are there is a high risk of the casualty and more displacement. Yes.
Thank you indeed, Naisan Lin, co-founder and of Free Rohingya Coalition Germany. We do hope and pray, inshallah, that eventually the Rohingya people will get their freedom and their recognition as citizens, rightful citizens in Myanmar. The situation is absolutely tenuous. It's been going on for a very, very long time. And I think it's time that the international community recognizes and supports the plight of the Rohingya people. And you continue your good work in this regard. Thank you for being with us. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Thank you too. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukran.
It is exactly 8:35 a.m. News and Views on Salam Media. Next ad break coming up, and then we'll be joined by Nazim Adam. He's with the Palestine Solidarity Alliance, and he's going to talk to us about the 3-day global anti-apartheid conference on Palestine at the Sandton Convention Center right here in Johannesburg.